The National Electrical Code, or NEC, addresses the installation of generators on single-family boat docks. The specific location for this information is found in Article 555, with particular attention to Section 555.1. This section details the general requirements for generators installed in these locations, and it's crucial to adhere to these guidelines for safety and code compliance. Firstly, the generator must be specifically listed for marine use. This listing ensures that the generator is designed and tested to withstand the harsh conditions associated with marine environments, including exposure to moisture, salt spray, and vibration. Using a generator not specifically listed for marine use can create a significant safety hazard and violate the NEC. Secondly, the generator must be installed strictly in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. The manufacturer provides detailed instructions outlining the proper installation procedures, including mounting, wiring, grounding, and ventilation. Deviating from these instructions can lead to improper operation, overheating, electrical shock hazards, and void the manufacturer's warranty. Thirdly, the generator's location is critical. It must be situated in a well-ventilated area that is not readily accessible to the public. Adequate ventilation is essential to prevent the accumulation of exhaust fumes, which can be harmful or even fatal. Restricting public access minimizes the risk of tampering, accidental damage, or unauthorized operation. Fourthly, protection from the weather is mandatory. The generator must be shielded from rain, snow, direct sunlight, and other environmental elements that can damage its components and compromise its functionality. Enclosures or covers specifically designed for generators are typically used to provide this protection. Fifthly, the generator must be connected to the electrical system of the boat dock in full compliance with the NEC. This connection must be made by a qualified electrician who is familiar with the relevant codes and standards. Proper wiring, grounding, and overcurrent protection are essential to prevent electrical shock hazards, fires, and equipment damage. When installing a generator on a single-family boat dock, several important considerations and best practices should be taken into account. Firstly, conduct a thorough load calculation to determine the appropriate size and capacity of the generator. This calculation should take into account all of the electrical loads that will be powered by the generator, including lighting, appliances, and any other equipment. Secondly, select a generator that is specifically designed for marine use and is listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, or all. This listing ensures that the generator meets stringent safety standards and is suitable for the intended application. Thirdly, install the generator in a location that is well ventilated, protected from the weather, and not accessible to the public. Ensure that the generator is mounted securely and is properly grounded in accordance with the NEC. Fourthly, use only approved wiring methods and materials for connecting the generator to the electrical system of the boat dock. All wiring connections must be made by a qualified electrician and must comply with the NEC. Fifthly, install appropriate overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers or fuses, to protect the generator and the electrical system from overloads and short circuits. These devices must be properly sized and installed in accordance with the NEC. Sixthly, provide clear and legible signage indicating the location of the generator, the emergency shut-off switch, and any other relevant information. This signage should be placed in a prominent location where it can be easily seen by anyone who may need to operate or maintain the generator. Seventhly, develop a regular maintenance schedule for the generator to ensure that it is operating safely and efficiently. This schedule should include regular inspections, oil changes, filter replacements, and other maintenance tasks as recommended by the manufacturer. Eighthly, educate all users of the boat dock on the proper operation and safety procedures for the generator. This education should include instructions on how to start and stop the generator, how to refuel it safely, and what to do in the event of an emergency. The importance of grounding cannot be overstated. Proper grounding is essential for preventing electrical shock hazards and ensuring the safe operation of the generator. The grounding system must comply with the requirements of the NEC and must be properly installed and maintained. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding in Article 250. These requirements are designed to minimize the risk of electrical shock and to provide a low impedance path for fault currents to return to the source. This low impedance path helps to trip over current protection devices quickly, which can prevent fires and other hazards. In addition to grounding, bonding is also essential for electrical safety. Bonding is the process of connecting all metal parts of the electrical system together to create a common electrical potential. This bonding helps to prevent voltage differences between different metal parts, which can create a shock hazard. The NEC requires that all metal parts of the electrical system, including enclosures, conduit, and equipment grounding conductors, be bonded together. The NEC also provides requirements for the size and type of bonding conductors that must be used. Proper overcurrent protection is another critical aspect of generator safety. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect the generator and the electrical system from overloads and short circuits. These devices must be properly sized and installed in accordance with the NEC. The NEC provides detailed requirements for overcurrent protection in Article 240. These requirements specify the types of overcurrent protection devices that must be used, the ampacity of the conductors that must be protected, and the interrupting rating of the overcurrent protection devices. The interrupting rating of an overcurrent protection device is the maximum amount of fault current that the device can safely interrupt without failing. It is important to select overcurrent protection devices with an interrupting rating that is sufficient for the available fault current at the point of installation. The available fault current is the amount of current that would flow in the event of a short circuit. This current can be very high, especially in large electrical systems. Failure to select overcurrent protection devices with an adequate interrupting rating can result in the devices failing to interrupt the fault current, which can lead to fires, explosions, and other hazards. Ventilation is crucial for safe generator operation. Generators produce exhaust fumes that contain carbon monoxide, which is a colorless, odorless, and deadly gas. Adequate ventilation is essential to prevent the accumulation of carbon monoxide in enclosed spaces. The NEC requires that generators be installed in well-ventilated areas. The specific ventilation requirements vary depending on the type of generator and the size of the enclosure. In general, the ventilation system should be designed to provide a sufficient flow of fresh air to remove exhaust fumes and to prevent the buildup of heat. The ventilation system should also be designed to prevent the entry of rain, snow, and other weather elements. Regular maintenance is essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of a generator. A regular maintenance schedule should include inspections, oil changes, filter replacements, and other maintenance tasks as recommended by the manufacturer. The maintenance schedule should be tailored to the specific type of generator and the operating conditions. Inspections should be performed regularly to check for any signs of wear, damage, or corrosion. Oil changes should be performed at the intervals recommended by the manufacturer. Filter replacement should be performed to ensure that the air and fuel filters are clean and free of debris. Other maintenance tasks may include cleaning the generator, tightening connections, and checking the battery. Proper fueling procedures are essential for safe generator operation. Generators typically use gasoline, diesel fuel, or propane. Each of these fuels has its own unique hazards. Gasoline is highly flammable and can explode if mishandled. Diesel fuel is less flammable than gasoline but can still pose a fire hazard. Propane is a liquefied petroleum gas that is highly flammable and can explode if mishandled. When fueling a generator, it is important to follow all safety precautions. The generator should be turned off and allowed to cool down before refueling. The fueling area should be well ventilated and free of sparks or open flames. Fuel should be stored in approved containers and should be handled with care. Spills should be cleaned up immediately. Emergency shutdown procedures are essential for safe generator operation. In the event of an emergency, such as a fire, a flood, or a gas leak, it is important to be able to shut down the generator quickly and safely. The generator should be equipped with an emergency shut-off switch that is easily accessible. All users of the boat dock should be familiar with the location of the emergency shut-off switch and should know how to operate it. In addition to the emergency shut-off switch, the generator may also be equipped with other safety devices, such as overspeed protection and over-temperature protection. These devices are designed to shut down the generator automatically in the event of a malfunction. In summary, installing a generator on a single-family boat dock requires careful attention to the NEC and adherence to safety best practices. From ensuring the generator is listed for marine use to implementing proper grounding, ventilation, and overcurrent protection, every detail contributes to a safe and compliant installation. Regular maintenance, proper fueling procedures, and knowledge of emergency shutdown procedures are equally crucial for the ongoing safety and reliability of the generator. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all work is performed in accordance with the NEC and local regulations. Remember, safety is paramount when dealing with electricity, especially in marine environments. Prioritize compliance and best practices to mitigate risks and protect people and property.